Joshua and Caitlin Boyle are near here, home where they're staying with their 3 young children. They're attempting to start over and adjust to what must be an unimaginable shock. This morning, we're getting a first look inside their new lives. Held hostage in Afghanistan for 5 years, Canadian Joshua Boyle and his American wife, Caitlin Coleman, are back in Canada this morning. For their children, who have only lived in captivity, it's the start of a new life. Nujeshi Jonah Boyle is 4 years old. He's never had toys or books, has never heard of Mickey Mouse.
He doesn't actually understand that there's a sun outside. So forget Mickey Mouse, we're dealing with the basics. It's not welcome to the Western world, it's not welcome to Canada, it's welcome to life.
Caitlin Coleman remains secluded, not yet speaking publicly, her husband providing this photograph. Boyle says for his wife, it's still too soon to talk about what happened.
Her religious faith gets her through, and I think that and her love of being a mother.
Boyle says the couple traveled to Afghanistan in 2012 to help villagers living under Taliban rule, but were kidnapped by militants. Pregnant at the time of their abduction, Caitlin gave birth to 2 sons and a daughter in captivity. According to Boyle, the couple also had another daughter, who was killed by their captors. The decision to travel to the war zone infuriated members of Caitlin's family. Since their release, new attention is being focused on Boyle's life before the abduction. At one point, he was briefly married to the sister of Omar Qatar, the only Canadian held by the United States at Guantanamo Bay, serving as a family spokesman. Qatar was released. The Canadian government determined he was being held unjustly. Today, Boyle describes the horror his family endured, imprisoned by a notorious terror group.
We'd be kept in a chicken coop that they've sort of armored up. The worst of them were underground, filled with water.
And even though they now have all the space they could want, they all still sleep together in this one small bedroom. Their children still eating off the floor. Boyle worries they are scarred after years of brutal treatment. He and his wife gradually helping them to adapt to their new way of life.
So what we're seeing now is really what happens when a child goes its entire life without even a concept of what hoping for better is, because they don't know that better can even exist.
Boyle says they are looking for help with this difficult transition and reaching out to psychologists, but honestly, their situation is so unique. They're really in uncharted territory. Guys, back to you.
Stephanie Gosk, incredible story. Thank you very much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.